Good evening and welcome to the online Theatre31 film premiere, the year that really happened. If you have got popcorn, now is the time to start munching. I also have a technical note for you all. For the best viewing experience, please set your Zoom so it's on speaker view. Please set your Zoom on speaker view. So, my name is Nancy Hurst and I am the Artistic Director of Icon Theatre. We are managing the Theatre31 programme on behalf of Medway Council and the Medway and Sheppey local cultural education partnerships. Theatre31 is an amazing performing arts programme led by young people for young people. It is supported by a phenomenal range of partners, including Arts Council England, DCMS, Medway Council, Kent County Council, ROH Bridge, and a wide range of schools, community organisations and local artists, to all of whom we offer our heartfelt thanks. Tonight, you are going to be lucky enough to see 7 short films that have been created by young people over the past year. Some of the footage dates back from summer 2020 when restrictions were a little lighter, but most of them were filmed in full lockdown or under Tier 3 restrictions. Given this, I do want to take a moment to say what an incredible achievement by these young people I think this is. The idea that during all the challenges of the past year, these young people have managed to stay resilient, they've managed to keep exploring, they've managed to keep creating. These films are the most fantastic testament to their hard work, tenacity, and huge amounts of talent. Huge congratulations to all the young people involved and to the parents, carers, and families who have supported them throughout. I'm now going to hand over to William Barnard, who is going to tell you more about Theatre31.
Hello and welcome to 30 Minutes of Teenage Angst. My name is Will and I will be taking you through the contents of the miniature masterpieces created by us performers. I would like to first thank the Theatre31 team for sending these amazing boxes full of thank you notes and free food, because I absolutely love free food. And it was really such a lovely gift to us, so I'll just give them a little applause now. But I was going to ship my own gifts out from Calais, but Brexit regulation requires I give at least 1 kidney and my firstborn child as payment. So apologies for that, but I was unable to deliver that to you. So as Nancy previously stated, there are 7 great films with 6 young performers under the constraint that were well made under the constraint of lockdown and the equipment we had at hand. So it's best to remember that it's not the finished product that should be judged, but the fact that any effort was put in at all. It's kind of like the people who sorted out the potholes in my road. They did half of it and they just kind of stopped, but they still tried it. So, you know, we can give them some encouragement there. When we were first seeing the films and sharing ideas on them in our Zoom calls yonder back, my favourite part was definitely the editing of the scripts and ideas into one solid pot of germ-free gold. Partly because it was so cynical on our Boris, we actually felt sympathetic for him for once. Go on, Boris. Nevertheless, Theatre31 has done great wonders for us all in terms of mental well-being, our physical health, and the slow, inescapable paranoia that's taking us all over with every chocolate or glass full of Prosecco/beer. So, to send us off on a positive note, I'd like to introduce Paul Cowell, Head of Culture for Medway Council. Thank you, Paul.
Thanks, Will. Hi, everyone. I'm Paul Cowell, and I'm the Head of Culture at Medway Council. And I've been asked to say a few words about why I think theatre and arts engagement matters. Well, the simple fact is that I love theatre, and it started when I was around 12 or 13. I used to tag along when my mum went to when she was a member of a local amateur dramatic society. The MACA players, they met in a church hall on Chorley Old Road in Bolton every Tuesday, 7 till 10 o'clock. And I'd just sit there watching, taking it in. I'm not sure what I was taking in. The fun, the laughter, seeing adults play and be silly, but I was just absorbing it all. And it was a kind of magic. And there I was, under its spell. And then through school and university and my first proper paid job, I've been an actor, a director, a producer, a set builder, a marketeer. I've sat in Prompt Corner, been a prop maker. I've worked on pantos, Shakespeare, farces, musicals, indoors and outside. But I've been trying to work out why it means so much to me. Why I get this kind of excited, nervous feeling whenever I walk through the doors of a theatre or talk about it. And it's the people, the friendships, the community. It's what we go through together, the songs we learn, the steps we dance, badly in my case, the costumes we make, the lines we fluff, the laughter, the tears. As theatre makers, we're always trying to create something that we love, that means something. I mean, not just to us, it's not selfish in that way. It's hoping that an audience gets it, understands and relates to it. They can see and feel the passion and the commitment. Because when we make theatre, we share our passions, our fears, sadness, hardships and joys, and we use this to play out the lives of others, placing ourselves in their shoes to tell unique stories of life, individual human experiences. And it helps us understand ourselves better and to find common ground with each other. As theatre makers, we want to try and give power to truth. We take risks and we're constantly searching for new and diverse voices and stories to share. And it's different to film and television. It's immediate, it's intimate, and it evolves. The script might be the same every night, but no two performances are ever the same. Each experience is a one-off and can never be replicated. And for all of this, for me, theatre is a cultural phenomenon, and Theatre31 is all of this. Theatre31 is about coming together as a community to listen, to study problems, to challenge norms, to hear different points of view, to experience more, to understand more, and attempt to find ways through it. Theatre makes us feel happier. It builds self-confidence and self-esteem and helps us find our voice and place in the world. And it made me who I am today. So theatre and Theatre31 It's not just nice, it's not just a nice thing to do, it's necessary, absolutely necessary. And right now, today, in this world, it's more important than ever. So, before we move on to the first film, I'd like to thank all the Theatre31 partners across Sheppey and Medway. And I'd specifically like to thank Robin Goldsmith, my Culture Development Manager, for her unwavering commitment. And congratulations to Nancy and her amazing team for bringing this programme to life in the most testing of circumstances. But most of all, I'd like to thank all the young people across Sheppey and Medway who have taken the leap and got involved in this groundbreaking programme. So, it's time to get the show on the road, and I'd like to start the evening off by introducing a short film by Medway African Caribbean Association. This Theatre31 commission has brought a group of 18 young people together to tell a story influenced by the Windrush movement through song and dance. This hip hopper project has kept going through 2 national lockdowns. And the film celebrates these young people and their collaboration with artists Lexi Mays and Ola Owolabi. So sit back, relax, and here is Windrush. The struggle continues.
So my name's Carol Stewart and I'm chairperson of Medway African and Caribbean Association. So we're a charity based here. We cover Kent and Medway. We contacted sort of Lexi and Ola from the Upside Down Dance Academy to pull together the concept of a hip opera to tell the story of the wonderful Windrush generation and their contribution here in Kent. So we met the guys last year when we asked them to perform at our Young Black Achievers Award, and we were really impressed with their performances, the way that they came together, and we thought, you know, it'd be a really good idea to work with the young people to pull together this amazing project.
My name is Ola. Everybody calls me Ola Owolabi. I'm the musical director on Hip Opera.
My name is Lexi Mays. I live in Gillingham currently. I'm one of the producers with Ola.
The first time I heard about the Windrush, I thought it was quite an important event in history that everyone should be aware of.
The story about hip opera is how a young girl comes back from school and explains to her family about how she heard about the Windrush generation, and then her grandfather tells her that he was once part of the Windrush generation, which helps her to understand more about it and the culture behind it.
The music is very urban, but it has some elements of classical and opera in it as well.
Music in hip opera is a mix, so there's some Afrobeat, some like rap music, normal, any kind of singing basically. We try to have a wide range as all of us are interested in different types of music.
Being involved in this project during lockdown was really helpful because I think it was so easy to feel isolated and there wasn't much going on for us artists, so it was really nice to connect with people who had similar interests to me.
Well, it definitely made me more comfortable dancing in front of more people, going to more competitions and doing more theatre shows.
Being involved in hip opera has helped me during lockdown, as before I didn't really have anything to do, but as I got involved I was able to at least have a task to do, and
it helped me become more active and exercise a bit more.
During lockdown it's been a great way to express my creativity. It's been a good way to network and meet new people as well.
what we wanted to do was to give the children an opportunity to express themselves through the four genres of, or four parts of hip-hop, if you like.
The dancing is very cool, it's very unique and very energetic.
So during creating the project, I've made decisions on kind of the storyline. We've done a little bit of improvisation and script writing and a little bit of choreography. Being the music producer has made me feel very good because it's given me another creative outlet and another focus during the time of lockdown, which has been quite hard for many people. And it's also helped me build new skills.
The audience can expect to see fun. They can expect to giggle a little, you know. They can see some dance. They can see some teamwork. They can see young people creating something for themselves, and they can see some talents as well.
New day, new season, off with the wind we go. We say goodbye to our motherland and hello to our homeland. Step by step, brick by brick, it's time for the world to see how great England really is. Off to the unknown, we make ourselves known because I'm here.
I'm here, I've arrived on your shores. I'm here, it's my time to help and shine. I'm here, build your country brick by brick. I'm here, oh, I'm here. Going to you, land and world. God has given us such a beautiful soul. We're going to love it here, great London. Oh yes, I'm here. Yes, I'm here to make a change, and I know it won't be easy, but that's all part of the game. I'm here, I've arrived on your shores. I'm here, it's my time to help and shine. I'm here, build your country brick by brick. I'm here, oh, I'm here. Building England with sweet vibes. Let's go build, working with my heart and soul. Let's go build, finding our way. Let's go build, now I'm here. I'm here, I've arrived on your shores. I'm here, it's my time to help and shine. I'm here, build your country brick by brick. I'm here, oh, I'm here. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. I'm here, I've arrived on your shores. I'm here, it's my time to help and shine. I'm here, build your country brick by brick. I'm here, oh, I'm here.
Massive congratulations to the Medway African and Caribbean Association and to everyone involved in allowing us to have backstage access and to see the journey so far. We are thrilled to have commissioned this initial phase of creation, which took place during such difficult times. The choreography, the tracks that have been created in collaboration with the young company are amazing. Next, we have a short animation created by our Sheppey Youth Panel during lockdown last summer. The piece again was made in co-creation with a group of young people from Sheppey and celebrates the island's geography, its young people and rich artistic culture. Although currently areas of the local community have been temporarily paused due to the pandemic, at Theatre31 we continue to adapt our practice and create digital experiences and opportunities for young people, as you will see in the film projects tonight. So, here is our Sheppey animation. Enjoy.
Hello. Firstly, a huge well done to every young person that starred in the films that we have already seen, that was part of creating those films. I hope you enjoyed them. They're some amazing work. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. As you know, tonight is all about us celebrating the talent of the young people in Medway and Sheppey. And what a great start! What a great way of showcasing some of that talent and how it has continued to make incredible work even in the most difficult of circumstances. So we are going to continue as we started. We're going to continue to celebrate all of this wonderful talent we have in Medway and Sheppey. And one thing that we can tell you about tonight, what we're really excited about, is launching Theatre31's digital stage. So the digital stage is part of the Theatre31 website. It's an online platform where we can showcase all of the incredible work made by our young people, and it's co-curated with the young people. So all of tonight's films, if you head over to the website, you will be able to see them all in incredible Technicolor modern on the digital stage, which is incredible. There'll be more information. It will crop up on the screen at the end of the event. Is everyone having a good time? I'm imagining everyone shouting, applauding. Thank you for joining our virtual premiere. We are going to finish off tonight with The Year That Really Happened. So this is a film project that we sort of conjured up the start of near the end of last year. We put the feelers out, and the 6 young people that you see starring in this film are those that wanted to take part, and since they showed their interest, everything since then has come from them. It was originally called a festive film project. There is still a festive element to it, but it's very much become a reflection on the experiences of 2020 and how that has impacted the lives of the young people, and particularly through the lens of how that all culminated in a very unusual Christmas, a very different Christmas to usual. They're all incredible, and it's been such a pleasure for us all to work with these young people and help some of their visions come to life. I hope you're all really pleased with it. You should all be incredibly proud. All of us that have worked on the film with you have had a blast and are so proud of creating this in the circumstances in particular. So I think that's all that I have to say. You don't need to hear me blab on about it too much, but another thank you. I know we've heard a lot of thank yous, but thank you to those young people, or the friends and family that helped us create these visions. Have a lovely rest of your evening. I'm sure we'll see more from these young people in the future, and thanks for joining our celebration. Enjoy!
So this is my film. My name is Will. I have a very bright light that my head is blocking out, but I tell you, the camera work in the film will not give you a fright. This is my lair. It's full of despair. You won't see it in the film, no, but you'll see at least 8 good minutes of this lovely face. So if you want to watch something that has me in it, and you can waste a good 10 minutes of your time, come on and watch my film. There you go. That's the end, because I'm out of improvisation. Ta-ta.
I raised you in a Millbrook fashion. I gave you water, but never exposed you to much sunlight. You found a connection with the seasons. And though you are a summer plant, you flourished in the winter. 2 days ago, you were placed in a garden and a storm hit. You resisted, kept your integrity and nutrition. So the rain tarnished your colors and produced a dark, sickly burgundy leaf from your stem. When I visited you in the morning, it was as if you had been torn apart, and the innocence you once had was gone. I went to Millbrook as a good gardener would, and they made me stand by the doors as a fool, as their customer return policy stating my warranty had expired. So I said to my mother, for justice, we must go to Dobby's.
Firstly, I've never actually met an Italian before, but isn't it telling that we're all going a bit mad? I don't know how to explain the conundrum of the year we've gone through, but I know that in the face of danger, non-alcoholic cider is always the answer.
Come on, a little bit more. A little more, keep on going. Yo, yes!
So, post-Brexit, post-Christmas, post-unlifted lockdown, pre-end of the world, entry 1 of 3. Well, entry 1 of 2 more I'll never make. So, yesterday morning, that crisp but bitter morning, I went on a ride on the bus. Not an actual bus ride though, they're not open on Boxing Day, and I hate sitting with the general public. But see, I've devised my own plan, my own public, singular transport system in my own back garden.
Please, anybody, take me to Shorn Country Park. It's only a short ride. I won't sing, I promise. Nan's getting out the war photos again. She's going to show us more pictures of Wales. I can't stand Wales. Please.
With that experience out of the way and the elderly relics stored back in the loft for years to come, I can finally lift my spirits by watching Boris Johnson's daily announcement. It is essential that you stay at home and you work from home. Unless you absolutely must go to work, then it is crucial that you still remain at home. Unless it is possible that you can use transport to get to work, then go, but in all other cases, stay at home. Poetic justice isn't brought upon by just sitting on your bum on the flat sofa. That's a fact, not an opinion. If I hadn't voiced my concerns over Boris Johnson's contingency plan for Corona, I wouldn't be sitting right here. Then again, there are worse examples of people.
Boris, you think you can keep us locked inside our houses? You think you can restrict my right to go to the pub? Well, let me tell you somebody, I am taking my wife and the Devil Spawn and Darren and his kids and Chaz and Dave all to Gibraltar for a week-long holiday to celebrate the booze and the beaches, and you're not going to do anything to stop us from getting the Boris, go on.
Hello. You're on planet Earth. And you're beautiful. You're so beautiful that... A Woman's Guide to Finding Happiness. Okay, it was on my mum's shelf and I shouldn't have read it. Alright, it was from the Kindle app. That doesn't excuse me for still reading it. She calls herself the saucy saviour, the writer, not my mum, telling the maternal truth that's too hot to handle, which is, I think, a pretentious way of saying your work isn't peer-reviewed yet. They've got these chapter titles like Nurturing a Newborn, Making Ends Meet, and Trimming the Turkey Off the Fat. Hold on a minute. Strike that, reverse it. Cooking can be fun, though. Cooking is a bit like violence, where one word can easily compensate the other with no repercussions. Like Andrew's present, this rubbish maze ball game he bought me. He's my godfather, by the way. You'd think he put more attention into putting God's son's good presents under the tree. So that's why I keep my pots and pans separate. Professional. Personal. On a side note, I think it would be terrible if Nigella had a food network dedicated solely to herself, despite the recent calls and protests for one. Actually, I'd quite like the idea of Nigella having her own food network. They couldn't keep up with demand, they have to have their own phone line as well. Take a crumpety bite. Sometimes it's best to revel in what you received rather than what you didn't get. To enjoy and reminisce on the past through a rose-tinted lens and to have blinding optimism for the future. So, cheers to stain-resistant clothing in the washing machine. Cheers to Aldi's turkey cuts for 10 people. Cheers for biodegradable confetti and artificial pine needles. Cheers for hot chocolate mugs that are dishwasher safe. Cheers for unlimited Prosecco, and cheers for having you with me here today. Ow! Ooh! Ah! Ow! 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 Oh, Jesus! Oh! Oh, that's painful. Right, like, oh! Oh, that's made it so much worse. Ah.
Hi, I'm Annie, and I wanted to explore that despite the fact that last year slipped through our fingers, some beautiful things really did happen, and that's what I wanted to show in the film.
Let me tell you something. It's something you don't really need to be told, but more a little story for when we're grey and old, for when we can't remember the world that was our reality, the events that took place, unimaginable really.
Last Christmas we said 2020 will be our year, a new decade, a new me, a new time for cheer. From where we were standing it seemed so clear that the future ahead of us was finally here. Those pennies in the wishing wells that held hopes of childish dreams were plagued with a grown-up doubt, plagued with fear, while the real plague burrowed into our lives and built dams over our plans, and suddenly we felt ourselves falling into this future that no one could have planned. It started with the wildfires. Now doesn't that seem so long ago? a metaphorical yet physical barrier for what life will throw right at us in our face. Replacing the fires in their place came the coronavirus. At first we didn't see the rollercoaster of a ride that it would be, yet still today some refuse to believe that this virus is more deadly than it may seem. This Christmas may be different, but that doesn't mean it has to be bad. While we may not be able to see our families, there's really no need to get mad. Really, we should remember past Christmases huddled around the tree, blissfully ignorant to those who aren't as fortunate as you or as me. This year has seen some struggles, and this year we have learnt that while we can't fix things with cuddles, if we stick together we will flourish, and out of the ashes we will grow. Remember those few months when the earth began to breathe again, and the stars and moon became our friends again, and the world seemed to blossom like it was free again. Remember those few months where we stood at our front doors as the country erupted with the sound of thankful applause. Let's remember this Christmas why we're still alive and commemorate these soldiers who bravely risked their lives, the doctors and nurses, the carers on the front line, the midwives and shop assistants, the reasons we survived. Let us remember the lost, the numbers we lost count, the funerals that they deserved were taken, robbed like a thief in the night. The weddings of union, a time of love and life, a sharing of communion limited, like lives, to only a few. But isn't it wonderful that we knew what to do? Well, maybe we didn't. After all, we did still feel blue. But nonetheless, here we are. We improvised, we tried our best. This year will become a fleeting moment, like the lifespan of a shooting star, a moment that will lie only in our memories. For some it will fade, for others it will become a mere story.
You may look back and wonder at how different it could have been. You may sit back and ponder these slightly bizarre memories, but in the end, ultimately, we'll be able to reflect back to 2020, when the world changed completely.
Hi, I'm Jacob. I wanted to make a mockumentary about what I believed would have been the worst part of last year, before last year actually happened.
The best dish in the world.
This is a tale of grief label. The ultimate indulgence.
Hi, I'm Annie, and I wanted to explore that despite the fact that last year slipped through our fingers, some beautiful things really did happen, and that's what I wanted to show in the film.
Let me tell you something. It's something you don't really need to be told, but more a little story for when we're grey and old, for when we can't remember the world that was our reality, the events that took place, unimaginable really.
Last Christmas we said 2020 will be our year, a new decade, a new me, a new time for cheer. From where we were standing it seemed so clear that the future ahead of us was finally here. Those pennies in the wishing wells that held hopes of childish dreams were plagued with a grown-up doubt, plagued with fear, while the real plague burrowed into our lives and built dams over our plans, and suddenly we felt ourselves falling into this future that no one could have planned. It started with the wildfires. Now doesn't that seem so long ago? A metaphorical yet physical barrier for what life will throw right at us in our face. Replacing the fires in their place came the coronavirus. At first we didn't see the rollercoaster of a ride that it would be, yet still today some refuse to believe that this virus is more deadly than it may seem. This Christmas may be different, but that doesn't mean it has to be bad. While we may not be able to see our families, there's really no need to get mad. Really, we should be glad that we've survived. Remember past Christmases huddled around the tree, blissfully ignorant to those who aren't as fortunate as you or as me. This year has seen some struggles, and this year we have learnt that while we can't fix things with cuddles, if we stick together we will flourish, and out of the ashes we will grow. Remember those few months when the earth began to breathe again, and the stars and moon became our friends again, and the world seemed to blossom like it was free again. Remember those few months where we stood at our front doors as the country erupted with the sound of thankful applause. Let's remember this Christmas why we're still alive and commemorate these soldiers who bravely risked their lives, the doctors and nurses, the carers on the front line, the midwives and shop assistants, the reasons we survived. Let us remember the lost, the numbers we lost count, the funerals that they deserved were taken, robbed like a thief in the night. The weddings of union, a time of love and life, a sharing of communion limited, like lives, to only a few. But isn't it wonderful that we knew what to do? Well, maybe we didn't. After all, we did still feel blue. But nonetheless, here we are. We improvised, we tried our best. This year will become a fleeting moment, like the lifespan of a shooting star, a moment that will lie only in our memories. For some it will fade, for others it will become a mere story.
You may look back and wonder at how different it could have been. You may sit back and ponder these slightly bizarre memories, but in the end, ultimately, we'll be able to reflect back to 2020, when the world changed completely.
Hi, I'm Jacob. I wanted to make a mockumentary about what I believed would have been the worst part of last year, before last year actually happened.
The best dish in the world. This is the king of the beef flavor. The ultimate indulgence.
Poshest pie in the world.
The best dish in the world. It is comfort food at its best.
One of my all-time favourite main courses,
beef Wellington.
Beef Wellington. Beef Wellington.
Beef Wellington has been a staple of British cuisine for centuries. It's moist, flavourful, beefy, beefy, beefy. The perfect meal for Christmas, you might say. And that's exactly what one Kentish family did say. Christmas of 2019. So, where did it all go wrong? So they say you were there when it happened. Is that correct?
They say I was where?
Christmas 2019, the Wellington incident.
Yes, it was a catastrophe. The beef Wellington was put into the oven for the entire time specified on the package. The oven was up to temperature before the Wellington even went near it. But when it came out, well, it came out cold. No one understands what happened. We did everything specified.
But how can you be sure it was in the oven for the entire time?
Are you trying to imply I don't know how to read instructions properly?
Okay. I think we're done here. It's been a year, and we're catching up with the family to see what their plans are for Christmas dinner 2020. The past months have been difficult for quite literally everyone on planet Earth, so it is imperative that this year's Christmas Day meal delivers on moisture, flavour, beefiness, but most importantly, temperature. So, filming had commenced, however we have just been informed that the family are, once again, making a Wellington. A huge risk, not one I thought they would take this year, but here we are. I've had to send home the rest of our crew, who are all indeed suffering with shock, and some have even developed PTSD. But I have decided to stay and power through in order to complete this documentary. All I can say is, well, they'd better pull it off. The outcome of the year depends on it.
So, how was it?
Piping.
Hi, my name is Teth, and my film's about Evelyn and Jonah, who go on a quest to hunt for peppers to make their perfect Christmas gingerbread house for their competition over Zoom. There's a lot of weird humour in there, and they just try to make the best gingerbread house possible.
Hiya. Yeah. Okay, are you sure that all we need is peppers? I'm not coming back out here, it's freezing. Fine, I'll see you at 6:30 then? Okay.
Good, come on, the swing calls in an hour. Let's get cooking. So all it takes is a butternut squash,
3 pinches of spaghetti,
a splash of Heinz tomato ketchup,
place it in the microwave at 250 for 20 minutes. And there you have it, the perfect gingerbread house.
Hello? Hello? Anyone there? Hello? I'm taking a on the screen. Hello? Hello? See you again. How do you do?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I can't see you.
How do I get the camera on?
You press the button.
Which button? There's about
That
50.
one.
There's
The one that
5 at
looks
the
like
bottom
a
of the
camera.
screen. Is that better?
Oh. I see you.
Hello.
How do you do?
That's it. All of you have gotten on my nerves, and I'm leaving.
What
Thank
the?
God
What?
I don't have to talk to them any other time of the year.
You're not on mute. Well, if Patricia's gone, I'm gone. Goodbye. Harold. Just me and you, Joe. Just us. You always were my favourite.
Me. I'm still here. You've got a lovely family, Joe.
Thank you. But I'm gonna go. Yeah. See you. I trombone practice.
Wait! We
it's got the peppers! Dear 2020.
Dear 2020.
Dear 2020.
It's been a strange one this year, 2020.
We thought this year would be the time of great things.
January was okay, I guess, but
a new decade, a new time.
We were supposed to be happy.
A time for change.
A year of change.
And there was change.
Discarding the normal of normality.
It's like everything that could have happened within a century happened within a year.
Following new rules, abiding to new regulations.
This time needed.
The global pandemic was a mean move, and we all know it.
The earth got to breathe again.
It's a headache, or a cough.
The hospital trips could have been done without.
King Lear was written during a pandemic, so...
Continuous cough.
Why can't things just be better?
There wasn't even a plane in sight.
We both know you just wanted attention.
Why couldn't the things that would have made this year feel better have gone right?
Coronavirus is pure evil.
Why can't I go out in public without feeling scared all the time? Why couldn't you have given me a break at my lowest of lows? Why did you have to take everyone I care and love away from me for so long? Why?
Evil.
Please stop. Please stop being so rubbish.
You can't reason with coronavirus.
It's not fair for you to do what you did.
You can't wish it away.
Get over yourself!
Coronavirus doesn't play by the rules.
Because I'm over you.
Dear 2020, I know it has been a tough year, but we have had bad moments and good moments. At least this is almost 2021, and I would just like to say, well done for getting through this hard year.
Christmas is...
food. It just is.
A time to enjoy time with family and friends.
Giving and enjoying time with those you love.
It's a great time to be with others.
Being grateful and making nice memories.
A fun, festive celebration to do with Jesus.
Genuinely a pagan holiday.
I feel most festive when we put up the Christmas decorations.
And decorating the house.
Christmas lights.
When I can sit down and dig into a nice mince pie and a hot chocolate.
When I go on holiday at the end of the year.
Wearing jumpers, singing and hugging.
Or seeing a Christmas tree or beautiful Christmas decorations.
If I could bring one thing
from the past into this Christmas,
it would be my granddad.
Pantomimes.
Hugs.
If I was at my nanny and granddad's house celebrating with my family.
Christmas with friends.
Or that one time that Banksy nearly started World War III. I think about that a lot.
The thing I've missed most this year
is
making special memories with my mum at Bognor Butlins.
Being able to go out, especially to restaurants.
Everything that we thought was normality.
Human contact.
Hugs.
Spending time with my family.
2020 has been hard but thoughtful because of sticking together and new rules.
2020 has been
interesting.
Educational.
Like something we would read in a sci-fi horror or something.
A challenging year for all of us.
Odd.
To say the least.
To say the least.
I wish 2020 had not seen a global pandemic.
I wish 2020 wouldn't continue COVID-19 till Christmas, but it was still very special.
I wish 2020 wasn't so,
Kindness is.
Kindness is helping someone or doing something for someone.
Something that we should do every single day.
The best way to be.
Everything.
From the heart.
Love.
From within.
Kindness is cost-free, so everyone should have some.
2020!
It's Christmas!
Well, it's not Christmas for you anymore. It's just a memory, like all the other Christmases before.
Has the festive feeling worn off yet?
Did it help at the time?
A nice distraction.
What do you think when you look back on it?
The most wonderful time of the year?
Well, there wasn't much competition, was there?
Was it the same as it has always been?
Was it different?
Did you see the people you love?
Even if you couldn't. Because you couldn't.
Did you follow traditions?
Decorate.
Give something.
Dance.
Eat.
Eat.
Whatever this is or was, this is our way of remembering it.
Not for what we hoped it would be.
Not for what it wasn't.
Not for the version we witnessed on screens.
But for exactly what it was.
And what we made it. Wow!
Well, I know that I'm speaking on behalf of everyone here when I say watching that was the most fantastic and moving experience. Huge congratulations to all the young people involved for such an amazing achievement. Just before we go, I'd like to say a quick thank you to a couple of people, particularly Gemma, James, Lily, Amy and Richard for pulling the evening together, to Medway African and Caribbean Association for managing the Hip Hopera project, to Paul Cowell and Robin Goldsmith at Medway Council for their continued support, and of course to our main funders, Arts Council England. Now, most importantly, if you've been watching this and you are a young person and you are desperate to take part, we have got so much coming up. You can join our free youth theatre, which is currently meeting every week online. And we are also launching the Young Artist Collective on the 4th of March. Now, there are only 15 places available for this, so it really is worth applying early. Find out about it on the Theatre31 website. So we are so looking forward to seeing you all live in the real world as soon as we can. For now, thank you all for being with us tonight, and please enjoy the rest of your evening. Good night.
Thank you.